Let's take you down to Looney Tunes land. Now, I know it's easy to kind of just look around and be like, oh, well, I'm in Looney Tune land, brother. I'm looking around right now. This is Looney Tune land. I am officially here. Well, let's literally go to Looney Tune land. So HBO has Looney Tunes now, and they've made a decision to remove the gun from Elmer Fudd. Now, you may remember Elmer Fudd. He was the down on his luck, kind of pudgy hillbilly who was hunting Bugs Bunny. So they've removed his gun, his shotgun, and he is now saddled up with a scythe. And, the obvious reasons here is gun violence is a serious issue, and they want to censor that. So they have taken his gun away. Now, it's ridiculous that, it's even come down to this. But then there's also an outcry. There's also an outcry of people who are saying, well, I won't watch unless Elmer has his gun. And if you censor the gun, you're losing me as a subscriber. Now, to that I say, what are you doing watching the Looney Tunes? You have HBO. Watch The Sopranos. Watch Game of Thrones. Do anything else. You don't have to watch Looney Tunes. Like, how is that your choice of television nowadays? Like, there's so much great TV. How is Looney Tunes what you've selected for yourself? And then on the other token, it's like, guys, there's a pandemic. There's a civil war. All hell is breaking loose. I don't think the biggest deal right now is Elmer Fudd's choice of murder weapon with Bugs Bunny. Is it really that much better if I watched Elmer Fudd strangle Bugs Bunny with his bare hands? Is it really that much better to watch him scythe at Bugs Bunny and cut him limb from limb? I don't think so. And not to mention, this is the same TV show where they have a French skunk who's trying to rape a cat. The same TV show where I have to watch a roadrunner murder a coyote with anvils. The same TV show where a yellow bird flies around and tortures a cat. I mean, this show right here is like watching Saw and Hostel in animated form. This is one of those shows where you watch it, you can't sleep at night. I mean, how many times do I have to watch Wile E. Coyote smoke a stick of dynamite like it's a cigar, only for it to blow up in his face? And I think sometimes, I understand there's a correlation. I really do. I understand there's a correlation between what you see, what you do, all that stuff. But I just don't think people are going to watch Elmer Fudd hunt down Bugs Bunny and then say, you know what? I kind of like what Elmer Fudd has going on here. I'm going to go shoot up a school. Like how many people watch an anvil get dropped on Wile E. Coyote and then decide to go drop anvils all over the public? Acme Anvil Company is the highest trading company in Looney Tunes land. And I don't know anyone that owns an anvil. So I don't think in this case it's like the most correlated thing in the world. Whenever the characters are weird talking animals and they're with a questionable storyline, I don't think we need to look into the mean. I don't think you need to look into, oh, well, Elmer Fudd's using a shotgun versus a scythe. Is that really that much better? So the fact that this is even a conversation is mind-blowing. The fact that we're even in a place where HBO decides against the shotgun and to censor Elmer Fudd. I mean, not to be that guy, but I grew up watching all kind of stuff and never really bothered me at all. I mean, I watched Rocko's Modern Life, and Rocko's Modern Life, Rocko was a sex worker. He worked on a sex hotline. Like he was a kangaroo, I think. He was a kangaroo working on a sex hotline. I watched it a lot from ages, 8 to 11, and never once during those years did I ever think about joining the occupation of sex hotline worker. I mean, you hear all these crazy stories about how Rugrats is about, miscarriages and all these insane stories, or Winnie the Pooh. You hear that Christopher Robin has some kind of schizophrenia and all of the animals are imaginations and all the animals are weird breaks in his psyche. It's like, man, damn, look, can it just be a tiger? Like, can it just be a tiger and a piglet? Can it just be the cartoon? Do we not have to intertwine it with these, like, insane political, ideology or these insane conspiracy theories? Like, can I just watch this skunk try and match on Tinder with this cat? Can I just do that? Do I not have to, do we not have to do anything else? Can I just watch Elmer Fudd? Is that all? Like, Yosemite Sam is a 2-foot-tall rapscallion cowboy with a really big red mustache, dual-wielding pistols, 6-shooters like he's in the Wild Wild West. I don't think Yosemite Sam is driving the sales of 6-shooter revolvers. He's just a character. No one's looking at him as their role model for a mass shooting. I mean, at some point, I think stuff doesn't mean as much as people think it does. Looney Tunes, man. I mean, when I saw that, when I was doing the prep for the show, and I saw that was one of the stories, I'm just like, oh, this is a joke. This is obviously a joke. And when I dug into it, no, it was not a joke. It was very serious, and people were seriously pissed off at the idea of their beloved Elmer Fudd losing his gun and only now being armed with a scythe. I mean, next thing you know, Wile E. Coyote will, all Roadrunner will have to defend themselves is like mace. I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen. So, rip Elmer Fudd, I guess. And if you're one of those people watching HBO Looney Tunes, please go to the search bar and search like The Leftovers or Game of Thrones and just skip the last season. Just do yourself a favor and broaden a little bit. Just broaden the horizons a little baby bit.